Hello. You're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. And just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
That's right. How are you, Tiff?
Doing good. It's a pretty chill day today.
Yeah.
Spring is sprung and all that fun.
Oh, God. Speaking of that, last week was like the first good day in like the Pacific Northwest or something like that.
It was so sunny and nice and warm for once in my life.
Oh, God. My dad's like, oh, let's go golfing. And that's like the one hobby I have with my dad
That's fun.
is golfing. It's like that bonding hobby.
Yeah.
And you only really talk about that. But I'm not a golfer. And so I only golf like once, twice a month at most. And I only go on sunny days. I refuse to go on like rainy or bad weather.
I hate to break it to you. Going once or twice a month, most people would call you a golfer.
Well, it's a side hobby
Yes, but do you have your own set of clubs?
that I got as a hand-me-down from my dad. Yes.
You're a golfer.
I'm not saying I'm not a golfer. I'm just saying it's not my primary hobby.
Okay.
My dad goes like once or twice a week,
I understand the
especially now that
concept
he's
of how
retired.
to swing a golf club. Can I hit the ball? Maybe.
But first golf round of the year, God, I sucked. I was so bad. And
Well, yeah,
also,
got to get back in the swing of things.
no,
But
don't, no. But God, for like 2 days afterwards, swinging a golf club uses muscles that you don't normally use.
yeah, it does.
And so the first time after winter is so bad.
You got to wake up your muscles.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And which I was walking around for 2 days, just like sore in awkward places.
You should just play Wii golf to keep your muscles going.
That is not simulating like golf swings at all.
Not the slightest.
No. You could sit on the couch.
Well, no. What I'm saying is to legit keep your muscles going, you can play Wii golf, but actually swing like a real golf club style.
It's not the same.
No, not in the slightest, no. And I'm aware that you can sit on the couch and do that because a past boyfriend of mine perfected the art of just the minor twitch and getting a hole in one.
Well, every lazy person has perfected that.
Yes.
Or
He was like
it's
the
just,
epitome of
hey,
lazy.
I'm too tired.
Nah, he was the epitome of lazy.
Well, it's the same thing with like baseball or Wii bowling.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, it was, oh yeah, you could get up and exercise and all that stuff. And then they underestimate how lazy gamers are.
Yep.
And they find a way to do it perfectly without actually exerting any fitness.
Yeah, because they realized, oh, we only need to move the Wiimote, not the rest of us. So,
And it was so unreliable too.
Yeah.
Like that Wii remote.
yeah, no, I mean, it was, now I call it old tech. Back then, it was like, the height of technology. This is so awesome.
Actually, that reminds me. I saw this video. Do you know how a Wii remote works?
No, actually.
It uses infrared technology
Okay.
out of that sensor in the front.
Yeah.
And so someone showed like, yeah, that bar is just 2 infrared lights that's on either side
Mhm.
so that the Wii remote could determine like positioning, angle, and all that stuff.
Hmm.
And so what they did was, you know what else gives infrared light?
What
Like
does
flame.
Brandon? Flame?
Yeah, like
Oh.
what they did was they took 2 of those like small candle, like, the puck candles.
Oh, yeah, tea lights.
That's what they're called. He took 2 of those, put them on like his TV stand, lit them both, and then showed on the Wii remote. It's like, it works just fine. And the screen shows the recognition.
What?
Yeah. And it was like, that is interesting. It's like learning the technology for like the Nintendo gun for the NES.
Okay, so you never actually needed to have the sensor bar connected to your system. You just needed to have it on and powered.
Yes.
That
It ju-
explains how the wireless one worked without like syncing it to the system.
oh, you have a wireless one?
My dad did because he had it set up in a movie theater.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
It's interesting to know how like the technology worked behind the scenes. It's the
Mhm.
same thing as when I learned about that gun from Duck Hunt for the NES.
I don't know how that one worked either.
You never realized how that one worked?
No.
So basically what it did was there was like a sensor, where the gun pointed.
Mhm.
And when you pull the trigger, what it do is it'll flash a screen. It'll flash all white except for the duck. And so then the sensor would just say, hey, am I picking up white? Or I think it was the reverse. It made the hitbox around the duck white for a frame. And the gun will actually detect what it's viewing at in that frame. And if it detects white, then it said, oh, he shot him.
So basically, it was a duck or no duck.
Well,
That's the code.
it's the NES.
Is duck, is no duck.
But it's not that. It's just white or no white.
That's fun.
In which that's how it could tell if you hit the duck or not.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really interesting to hear that, like, back then, that's what they thought of, and it worked.
It's crazy what they can come up with, like simple solutions that seem like outrageous high-end technology. And it's like, no, it's just duck or no duck. That was the code.
I mean, I forget which law it is, or just like the best solution is usually the most simple one.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
That's a phrase that's used plenty of times. You don't need to overcomplicate. You need to overcomplicate the understanding of it, yes. But you're supposed to have, if you have true understanding of it, you could slim it down to its most basic form in order for it to work.
I tend to overcomplicate things.
Well, they've heard my storytelling on this podcast. They know I overcomplicate my stories.
Yeah.
But it's still good. For me, at least.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was an interesting tangent.
That was fun. I like talking about random technology.
And we went from golf to technology.
Well,
That's how it started.
I took us to Wii Golf, so there was a segue.
Anyways, we are doing a standard Questboard podcast
Your
episode.
old tried and true format.
We're slowly just working our way through this D100 list.
I know. Eventually we're going to run out, and then we're going to need more from you, the listeners.
We will cross that bridge when we get there.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Well, we're slowly burning this bridge because, we can't cross it again. Anyways, you got dice?
Oh, I got them. Well, I know we've already done this one, but 52.
We have.
We've done all the 50s.
It was Lost Shorts. That was the guy who lost his lucky shorts.
Oh, lucky shorts.
And I think it was just if I remember correctly, a gang just wanted like his lucky shorts.
They wanted him to stop being lucky.
Yeah, or
they
like
didn't realize the shorts actually made him lucky.
And then we did a part 2.
Yeah.
Where we're like, hey, if you gave him back his shorts, then you got a mansion. And then we just did Luigi's Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to go up or down?
Oh gosh. How many have we done around this?
You don't remember. And
I don't.
I'm not telling you because that'll make it biased.
Fine then, up.
Jumping all the way up.
How far will we go?
I'm not reading all these because it's a lot.
There's going to be quite a few.
All the way to 76.
Oh my goodness, we've done all the 60s too?
Yep, it looks... I'll double check. Yep, it looks like it. 76. Urgent. It is my little Pookums. It is my little Pookum's birthday, and the entertainment is canceled. Anyone may apply as replacements at the magistrate's estate. So you're playing birthday clown.
Pretty much. The question is, who or what is Pookums?
Oh, we could do that stupid twist. But it's a very obvious twist.
Right.
Because everyone does that.
Okay. I have an idea.
Oh, God.
So let's just say this is the magistrate's wife putting out this urgent request because her son's birthday entertainment has canceled. What they don't realize is her son is a grown-up man. But mothers will never stop thinking of their children as their babies.
Okay. I thought of something else. Are you fine with super depressing?
Well, that often makes a more interesting... I know, we've done it before, and it often makes a more interesting story. Please give us your idea.
We have done the 5 stages of rage.
We have.
So, okay, it's good to go in that direction.
Oh my goodness.
So, the thought I had was we could do a mother.
Yeah.
But what if it's, when a grieving mother whose son dies, they go not mentally stable.
Oh, yeah. That
It's
can
seen a lot in movies. This is a little bit cliche.
lead to some very sad scenes.
And
Yes.
so this is a magistrate's estate, so wealthy,
Yes.
has some money.
A bit.
What happens if it's somewhat well known in the area of her son died 5 years ago, but the body is still there and she's acting like it's still he's still alive because she can't get over that, in which the previous entertainment canceled because of how crazy she could get and just
They can't handle this anymore.
yes, it's either body is dead and decaying, which is, again, I warned you, sad,
I mean, if you have any
Or-
necromancers in your group.
or we could have it where the son is a ravenous zombie.
Let's
In
go with
which-
zombie. I kind of like the concept of that, in that she went to a necromancer to try to reanimate him to bring him back, and they did.
She
and
just
she's very
buried him in
happy.
the pet cemetery, and he came back.
Something along those lines.
You never watched that movie, did you?
No, but I'm aware it exists.
Okay. My other thought, which is a slight skew of this, it's the same premise, but instead of a zombie kid, you watched your husband play Metaphor.
Yeah.
Remember that one scene with the baby human,
Oh,
and the mother was like treating like it's her child and all that stuff,
yep.
and then they helped her get over that.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that approach where it's a huge monstrosity,
I mean, that's also interesting. So
but that's has been done before
that has been
in
done.
Metaphor.
I like the zombie approach. She did go to a necromancer and they did bring back her son, but his soul isn't there.
Yes.
It moved on. They just reanimated his body. And so she keeps him either like chained up or in a place, and will feed him like, flesh every now and then to keep him,
Mm-hmm.
air quotes here, alive. And yeah, she basically like keeps him chained to a chair or something.
I think this is if we're gonna go in this direction, rest of the episode's going to be dark. I am sorry. We have these once in a while.
Yeah.
So if this isn't your cup of tea, I understand. You could bounce out.
What if he's not like a child? He's more of a
It's sadder and hits harder if it's a young kid.
yes, but some people really can't handle that.
Well, this is
Okay,
something that could be every DM could change what we do.
I was gonna say DMs. It is your choice as to how old the magistrate's wife's kid, the magistrate's kid, too. I guess,
but
is.
it's little Pookums, and so that implies a very small child.
Not necessarily. Little Pookums is only saying how much love this person feels for the other being, the Pookums.
But you
in
know
question.
what I mean.
I know what you mean, but Pookums could also literally be what she calls her husband.
We're gonna do small kid
Okay.
because we're fine with it. If DM knows their party well enough or their players well enough to should know what is the age of comfortable
Yes.
for them, and they could change this. It doesn't fully change it,
Mm-hmm.
or you could just tweak it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if depressing stuff is not your cup of tea, you could leave. I won't judge on that one.
Not the slightest. Do we need some names?
Sure. I guess you know what? Let's do the mother and what her son name is.
Okay.
And we could say that the backstory is the son, being the only child, died, in which her husband, who is actually noble, left the family because he needs an actual heir and all that stuff. So
Well,
she's
wouldn't he be the
hysteric and she's
magistrate?
well, you know how like in nobility, where I've seen plenty of like mangas or anything like that, the nobility they would have like multiple wives or anything like that,
I guess, yeah.
where it's like he could still like he is the actual original magistrate, and she married into him and she's still officially his wife, but he's just has consorts or like
Yeah.
just side pieces, and he just doesn't live with them.
What if they do have other kids, but I mean, this being the firstborn, mother's favorite?
I was just giving an excuse for the the husband to not be around, so she feels even more isolated.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I understand that, yeah.
Because if she has someone else to lean on, then she wouldn't be this hysterical.
Yeah. And
So
you know,
if you do need help personally, talk to your friends and family or
It-
seek professional help.
yeah, definitely talk to people. We're trying to find a good like magistrate's wife, but like magistrate name, like last name.
Okay, give me one of the first names.
I think we've already used Virginia, haven't we?
Well, we could do that. Virginia Eclair.
Ooh,
That was the name that just popped into my head.
you know, eclair is food.
You know what? They invented it.
Dessert.
I don't know.
The eclair estate. No, it works. It's French. Okay.
And those people are known for treating their nobility good.
Yeah. I'm trying
A
to
little
find
French Revolution joke for you guys.
a good name for the son now. One that goes with eclair. Louis Eclair?
Sure.
Since we mentioned
Victoria
Victoria and Louise.
and Louise.
Since we mentioned
French.
Metaphor Refantasio, why not Louise?
Oh, that's right.
Uh-huh.
So what is the entertainment that canceled? And what is the party expected to do?
Honestly, I think any entertainment would be acceptable. She just wants someone there to provide entertainment for her son. And maybe she can, like, I don't know, gauge his response. 'Cause, you know, okay, there's some scenes in. Do you remember the scene in the movie The Cat Returns, where the king wants entertainment for whatever event he has going on and keeps bringing in different entertainers? Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. He was marrying off
His
someone.
daughter.
Was it his daughter or was it someone to his son?
I love how you state an obscure movie, but it has to be an anime. So I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Anyway, he kept bringing in different entertainers to make the party better. And then he would look over at her and see if she was still crying or not. And if they couldn't make her stop crying, then he kicked them out the window of a very tall tower.
Yeah, but cats are fine.
Yeah, they land on their feet. But like that sort of situation, like just going through entertainment and whether or not you can either make her son react in what she deems as a positive way. Don't know what that could be. But like that determines whether or not you get paid or kicked out.
I don't know, because either case, they're going to see that it's a zombie.
Yeah.
Also, side note, I had this image in my head of Victoria having, like, in the party or whatever, the reveal was going to be where she would have Louise sitting in her lap as she hand feeds, like slabs or strips of just flesh. And he's just, like cuddled up on, like, leaning on her chest on her lap, gnawing at this thing. And she's, like, cooing him like a small child. Anyways, I had that image.
Yeah, no, you said all that, and now I'm just imagining her holding the skull of some animal while Luis eats the brains, because zombies usually like brains.
Well, they like flesh and all that
Flesh
stuff.
and stuff, but they usually go for the brains.
I think that is a stereotype, and you shouldn't stereotype groups.
Zombies.
Yes. They have rights too.
Mm.
Actually, that is a debate, but you know.
Yeah, no, there's a debate for
Actually,
you.
no,
Should
we had
zombies
an
have
episode.
rights?
We had an episode where undead summons from necromancers were trying to fight for rights. Remember that?
Vaguely, yes.
Foster's Home for Undead Friends. That was
Oh
the
my
name of the
goodness.
episode. Anyways,
I do remember it now, actually, yeah.
I don't know, because like there's that scene and whatever entertainment they show. I don't think it will be a multiple thing, multiple entertainers going through one by one, because why would you put out, hey, the entertainment canceled, I need a replacement, when if you hired 50 of them,
But it does say...
if one of them cancels, then why would you need to urgent replace one of them? You just still have 49.
Well, no. They had an original one set up, and now they're just like, anyone may apply, as in, we need someone to be the new standard entertainment, because those guys canceled on me, so I can't rely on them anymore. We need someone new.
Actually, hang on. What happens if she views the entertainment, because the son is a ravenous zombie, the entertainment is basically let my son feed on you.
I was thinking belly dancing.
Where are we going dark? Come on.
I was thinking showing as much skin as possible so the zombie be like, ooh, and that would get him interested.
But then the son will be upset because he can't eat it,
Fair. Honestly, how do you entertain a zombie?
letting him eat you.
I'd rather not.
That's going to be the dilemma for the party. In which then, do you piss off a very powerful, crazy rich woman, or
All you really need to do is
you
bring
let
in
him
a
just
healer.
nibble on you a little bit? I don't
Bring
know.
in a healer that doesn't mind being nibbled on a little bit, and zombie nibbles. He heals himself a little
No.
bit. Zombie nibbles more.
Player group is going to do that, but that's always an option.
Mm-hmm. Now that makes me think of various anime and/or books I've read where the main character is a healer, and to get stronger, they either allow themselves to be harmed or harm themselves so they can heal themselves and gain levels. I
think that's a
just
cliche.
saw one the other day.
Yeah.
He had a poison knife and he was slicing into his own arm so he could level up his healing so he could cure this curse.
That's weird.
Yep.
I feel like mangas is like running out of ideas.
Yep. But like I said, I've also read books like this too. Yeah, lit RPGs and such.
You know what? Everyone is just running out of ideas, even us. Anyways,
It's fair. There's a lot of content out there, and sometimes you think you came up with this brand new, super cool idea that no one's ever heard of, and there's already like 3 stories about it.
yeah. Anyways, we should get back on track.
So, Zombie Child.
So we kind of have it set up. It's you need to entertain, and you can even like when the party hears the details, they'll be like, okay, it's a 7-year-old boy turning 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you guys prepare entertainment you think a kid will like. They gives them time to prepare. Then they
If-
come in.
If they do even more research and ask around town, they can find out that he's actually a zombie. And then they can plan for, okay, what would entertain a zombie?
Yes, if they actually do that, most players won't. But
No,
you know,
but if they do, if
they
they do
do.
go to that effort, you can reward them.
They go find out kid's a zombie, Louise is a zombie. The players will do their thing
Mm-hmm.
if they continue to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The kids, Louise is not gonna be interested. Then Victoria's gonna be like, or he's gonna want to like bite at them.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't let him, then Victoria's gonna be mad.
Right.
And so then they will have to deal with the aftermath on that, is
Mhm.
how they react.
Right.
Is there anything else for us to add?
Hmm.
Because, okay, you could, like, this is the branching. We can't predict the party because the
No,
party
you
could,
definitely
like,
can't.
just kill everyone. The party could get the mother to get over the grief of her own son,
Except that he's dead or undead.
that this ain't right. Or they could just run away and leave. But I can't tell if, like, what else should we add then?
What would be the incentive for the party to want to convince her to let her son go?
Well, it depends on the players because I feel like you would try to do that.
Yeah.
But then your husband will just right on the sunset.
If he was playing a cleric, yes, he would be like, this is
No, I think
unholy and
I
needs to go away.
think any character he was just like, oh,
This is
I'm
wrong.
a rogue. Just stab the kid.
I've never seen him play a rogue. I'm actually curious how he. But no, that's a lie.
Spelljammers. He was a rogue.
I keep forgetting he's a rogue in that, and yet you constantly remind me by complaining about him always hiding. You're right. He did play a rogue.
He always runs away.
Yeah. Never mind. I have seen him play a rogue.
Anyways, okay, do you want to think of just hey, if they actually do the holiest of holy decisions, the super good aligned decision of helping her with her grief,
Mhm.
whatever that may be, you gotta ad-lib that.
Yeah.
What is a possible reward we could have if she basically comes to her senses and becomes a stable adult woman again?
She could be excessively grateful that they helped her move
This
on.
might be like a month in though.
Yes. And offer for them to take anything they want from the
Well, I'm saying
treasure
like,
room or something.
I feel like they will have to plant the seeds of like her accepting that and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then a month in-game month or two,
Okay.
then she like sends something to them thanking it's like I finally got better, because
Okay.
mental health doesn't get repaired in the moment.
Yeah.
That's why you should go to therapy. Guys, get help if you actually need it.
So convincing.
I have to like just subliminal messages in there,
Therapy is a wonderful thing, and
but it's
it can help you
it's
understand
not
yourself
one
better.
session that will solve things.
No. It's multiple sessions.
I'm trying to make that a little bit more realistic.
Okay, yeah, no, I understand. Like, definitely in time, she will eventually realize, oh, okay, this isn't
But
right.
they have to plant the seeds and like
Yes.
actually get her to
Open up and talk.
yes. So what is something she could send to them later on in the campaign?
Some super helpful item, maybe something that her son had on, like a necklace or something, or like maybe like I want to say like a diadem.
That's a
usually
good
women wear
idea.
those.
What happens if it was a pendant that the son had?
Yeah.
That's like because she's an overprotective mother.
Mhm.
Like this is a pendant even when he was alive,
Mhm.
but let's say he died of diseases or
Aw.
like illness,
Dysentery.
because that's a sad thing. But why dysentery is the one funny illness?
I know.
But
I've
what
heard it
happens
so
if
much
it's like
because-
a amulet of like protection +2 or something like that,
That'd be nice.
where it's like that would be on brand for her
Mhm.
to give to her son because helicopter parent.
Yes.
But sadly, something like that doesn't stop diseases or illness or something like
Right.
that. So then that could explain why he still has it, but it didn't work. But
Mhm.
then the party could have it as a closure of her giving away the protection of
Yeah.
her son. Okay, that sounds nice.
Now I'm questioning: is there actually a D&D item like that, like a specific item, or
Well, there's a ring of protection. It's
Okay.
just that stats, but amulet. That's what I'm basing it off of.
yeah? I don't know. I was just curious if there's like one that we could find, or
I think protection is a generic spell effect or magical effect for accessories or armor.
that's an interesting one. The only one I found was Amulet of Protection from Turning. You have advantage on saving throws against effects that turn undead.
How ironic.
That would be ironic if
Is
the
that
undead
an
was wearing
actual
that.
item or is
Yeah,
that a
it is.
homebrew?
That's an actual item.
From what side?
D&D Beyond.
D&D and Beyond allows homebrew items.
I also see it on D&D 5e Wikidot.
Okay, then it's legit.
Yeah.
No offense. Wikidot does not allow homebrew magical items. D&D Beyond does.
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm like, I don't fully trust it.
There is another one called just Amulet of Protection, but it's on the Forgotten Realms fandom, so...
Well, I'm just basing off of Ring of Protection. Just
Yeah, similar
It's the
concept.
same
It could
thing.
even be the ring itself.
a Ring of Protection. Well, I was thinking because a ring, fingers change sizes all the time, so amulet will just be more consistent for a growing
Do you have
boy.
to physically wear the ring for the effects to happen, or could you wear it on a string around your neck?
I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
I imagine a ring has to be around a finger, but then a ring around a chain around your neck is an amulet.
It's still considered being worn at that point. Hey, DMs out there, would you consider a character wearing a ring if it was on a string around their neck?
I would probably count that as an amulet, but just like any other amulet rule, you only have one amulet active at a time.
Correct.
So I would just count as that just if you want a flavor thing, but
Is
whatever.
That'll work around if you want to wear 3 rings, though. Because you're only supposed to have 1 ring on each finger or on each hand.
Yes, because if you want to take up that amulet slot, fine.
I would run with that homebrew rule.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it was just a ring of protection, but instead of +1 to your AC, it's +2 because
It's a
it'll
special
be
one.
further down the campaign, so you probably need higher level stuff. That's
Hey,
all I'm saying.
+1's no joke.
Yes, but +2 is nice.
Yeah.
Also, rich, noble woman who's super protective of her son. I'm like, okay, probably +2.
Yeah.
Anyways, this was a depressing episode,
Oh, yeah.
but you need some moments of dark in order for the light to shine through. Thank you, Bob Ross.
Aw.
Yeah, you would talk about that where it's just like you need the black background in order for the lighter colors to pop.
Mm-hmm.
He would say that. I love The Joy of Painting. I love that show.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Anyways, if you put this in your campaign, let us know what the age of Luis is.
Mm.
And what did your parties do? Because I'm pretty sure maybe 1% will actually, you know, play therapy and get the mother over it successfully. So let us know what happens. You can let us know down in the comment section of this YouTube video, or on X at QuestboardPod, or on Blue Sky at Questboard. If you have a job posting of your own that you want us to make a quest out of, let us know on any of those platforms. And I think with that, I wish you all a good night.
And happy questing.